able to remove the threat.
I mean, there's been some conversation about this could have spilled into Fountain Square, and then who knows what could have unfolded?
It clearly is horrific, but it clearly also could have been much worse.
The fact that we've seen this in other cities, but we just pray it doesn't happen here. Or today it happened in your city.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. I mean, this is not normal, and it shouldn't be viewed as normal. This is abnormal. No other industrialized country has this level of active multiple shootings on a regular basis, almost on a daily basis. I think there's something deeply sick at work here, and we as a country have got to deal with it. As the chief said, downtown is safe. This specific threat has been removed. We'll all be down here, with the chief's leadership, with the lowest crime rate in 10 years. So we're as safe now that we were, without this. But at any given time in any place in this country, because of what's happened over the last several years, people just are engaged in these active shootings, which is grotesque. And I think we all, in my opinion, all solutions need to be on the table.
Councilwoman,
about who all is involved? Homeland Security, FBI, obviously.
Yeah, just before this, the governor called, offered all available support. The FBI's on the scene, ATF, et cetera. We're getting all the help we can get from the federal and state government, but what we need as a community is to figure out, not just community, but as a country, is how to end these multiple mass shootings that seem to be happening every day.
Councilwoman Murray, can we ask you on that front, as a more conservative council person, the issue of guns in America, guns in Cincinnati, your thoughts? I know it's certainly an issue that conservatives tend to say, don't touch our guns for a variety of reasons, but when it happens so close to home, what does that say to you as you contemplate that debate?
When it happens anywhere, it's breaking our hearts. On behalf of all the council members, we are so sorry, and just praying for the families that are going to have to deal with this today. We need to look at everything. There's a lot of mental illness out there that needs to be taken care of, and we've, moved in other directions. So I think we really need to focus on mental illness and try and do whatever we can to prevent this.
Not that you don't have any information that this was a mentally ill.
No, but some of them that we see are mentally ill, and so that's a huge number of people in these mass shootings, and so we need to do whatever we can to help those that are mentally ill and to try and prevent any of this. And our hearts and prayers, thoughts just go out to all of the people that are involved today, and thank you to our police and fire for their quick response and preventing it from being even a greater tragedy.
Well, and you probably know people who work inside that building. I'm sure you do too, Mayor. When this first was reported, what went through your minds?
Well, my dad worked in this building for many years. Whenever I'm down here, I usually grab a cookie or a Cervantes or something at Greater, so it could have been any one of us. It's frightening.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, right? The reason why this is so significant is because Fountain Square, you crisscross before you go into the office. You go get some donuts, you go get some coffee, maybe a sandwich. So it could have been much worse, correct? Had it not been for the quick response of the police.
If it hadn't been for the police, we're all. In some ways, you guys know more about this than we do because our officers are securing the building, making sure everybody's safe in the building, and haven't started their official investigation. But what you guys are reporting is, from witnesses who saw it, that it does appear that there was some random shooting involved, that it wasn't just a dispute between two people. And so this strikes me as a multiple shooting of innocent victims, horrific, grotesque, unacceptable, a sickness. And, it's happened in cities across the country far too often, in schools, in movie theaters, in nightclubs. And, we got to deal with this as a country. And it's happened now here.
Are you going to be reaching out to mayors of other cities that have dealt with this problem? Since this is a problem we haven't seen in Cincinnati. I've never seen police presence in my 20 years covering the city.
Well, we're actively involved already with the mayors across the country. In fact, I'm the chairman of the Mayors and Police Chief Isaac and I serve on the Mayors and Police Chief Task Force of the U.S. Conference of Mayors. And dealing with multiple shootings is a consistent theme. Candidly, well, I don't want to get into all legislative issues, but the power of cities to regulate guns has been dramatically reduced over the last 20 years.
So looking for clarification on UC's release said that there are 3 victims that are still in the hospital right now. Chief Elliot Isaac, you mentioned 2. In their release, they say that 1 is in critical, or 2 are in critical and 1 is in serious condition. Just looking for clarification on that.
That's the information I ought to give is the question. We have the shooter and how many fatalities beyond that, citizen? have 3, plus the shooter.
And you said we believe at this point.
We believe.
Okay.
We believe. This is the information that's being conveyed right now to
The mayor
us.
made a reference to the fact that the police killed the suspect. I'm not sure that you said that. Do we want to say, is that
What I
something?
say is, that's not something that I can say. The coroner has to confirm that. So what I can confirm is there was an exchange of gunfire between our officers and the suspect.
Chief, can you talk about how your
And it's also clear that the officers got there very fast and saved God knows how many lives.
Are there officers stationed in that building? How do they respond so quickly? Were they on time?
We're going to wrap the press conference up. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
We're going to provide you more information on our Twitter feed. Go to @CinciPD. Follow us there. We'll give you updates. The local media, you are already on the WhatsApp. We can that way as well. But please follow us on @CinciPD for updates to the situation. I don't know a time frame yet for a press conference. I know it will be probably in the next 24